Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 10th to the 16th of February 2014. The two main stories this week are the Mercury retrograde and the full moon in Leo. So the Mercury retrograde dates are on my website, but this week we see Mercury pass backwards from Pisces back into Aquarius. So for me, Mercury retrograde is always an excellent time to switch hemispheres, to start to look at the right brain, the intuition and the inner knowing, to actually go inwards because it's a magnetic pull when a planet goes retrograde, and to have a look at the bigger mysteries of life. So when we go from Pisces, which is very ethereal, emotional waters, back into Aquarius, which is more like the sparky, cosmic, transmit, receive, electromagnetic rays of the universe, we've got a chance to go back and actually understand how things work. It's a chance to tune into something scientific that might be alienating otherwise and actually understand it from within. So everything that's happening within us is reflected outside, and the way that we're taught the Aquarian aspects, the science, the maths, the universal cosmic laws can be quite difficult to understand from a mental level. But with Mercury going into Aquarius retrograde, we can tune in and we can just start to be that. So it's a good opportunity to question things, challenge everything, because Aquarius is the rebel. So it's to have a look at what you've been told, maybe go back to some of the science and maths that you were told in school, and to actually bring it all back together, because something like maths and art, for example, shouldn't be separated. There's a golden mean, there's a general mathematical unfolding to the whole of the universe, from a seashell spiral to a spiral galaxy. And this isn't something that should be done with equations on graph paper. This is something that can be understood harmonically inside of ourselves. So to bring back the marriage of something like astronomy and astrology, of maths and arts, of science and the arts, as it were, and actually start to tune in and look at the natural beauty and the inner knowing of those subjects is perfect at this time. Of course, many people talk about Mercury retrograde in a very negative way. It's certainly not a great time to push ahead, to try and work from logic, to plan and to make things happen from a control space. But it's more of a chance, it's only a couple of weeks, it's more of a chance to just see how things are actually manifesting around and find the hidden inner meaning of that, to recalibrate, to recalculate and to revise. So for anybody that does have to move house or exchange contracts, that's fine. Just look at the small print. There may be something hidden in there that's actually got a message. And what tends to happen is when Mercury goes direct again, we end up better off and more well-aligned and coherent and oriented. So this is actually a golden opportunity not to go careering off course, but to just step back a little bit, see what's really going on, to stop pushing and controlling and to tune in to that right brain hemisphere. So we have Mercury going retrograde into Aquarius on the same day as the full moon in Leo. Full moon in Leo is all to do with that radiant heart centre. Leo is a 5-pointed golden radiating star, and Aquarius has that inner fire and that vision to then bring that to the world. So this is a lovely combination, a Mercury retrograde in Aquarius, showing us that we do have cosmic origins, we do have a comprehension of the bigger aspects of life and how the universe is unfolding, and then to nurture that fire and that inspiration inside of us so that when things go forwards again, we can radiate and create a better vision. So Aquarius is all about the visionary. Aquarians can see the way to the future, and this is because of the time of year. We can see that the spring is on its way. We can see that we can all get through the winter together and we can emerge reborn into the spring. So the combination of the Sun in Aquarius and the Moon in Leo, with Mercury retrograde in there as well, says go deep, nourish that inner spark, which is Aquarius, the spark of life itself, and then radiate out truth, simple honesty and childish joy from the heart centre, and then sit back for a while and watch that as it manifests in the outside world. Another slower aspect that we have this week is the North Node is preparing to leave Scorpio over the next couple of weeks. So for the last 2 years, the North Node has been in Scorpio, and the North Node happens for us on a personal level by all means, but it's more of a global societal aspect. So it's been digging deep, it's been looking at all the secrets, who's manipulating from behind the scenes, finding the corruption like a laser surgeon, going in and finding the rotten seed or the rotten apple and actually bringing it out, because Scorpio goes into the dark to bring out to awareness so that everything can be alchemically changed. So what we're going to see over the next couple of weeks, maybe in the news, maybe on a more of a society level, is the results of all that forensic inspection that's been going on for the last 2 years. So I think we're all a bit more aware now of the manipulation, the programming, and the general what's been hidden behind the scenes politically. And now, as we go through the last couple of weeks, what tends to happen is we get the meaning of it. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not all, oh well, there's nothing we can do about it. Things are coming out to be cleansed. There's nothing that we actually need to do here, but just watch, get to the truth, challenge what your truth is, because we've been told many lies and we've been programmed over centuries. So just have a look at the core truth of anything that you're told. Look to the roots of it. Look to the shadow side, see everything for what it is, because it is a great cleansing that's coming up. It's not doom and gloom, but it's actually going to be worth having that laser vision, that realism, so that it never has to happen again, so that we move forwards and we're not creating the same stories. So the undercurrent there being the North Node in Scorpio, but as we head towards the full moon, just hold that vision, hold that inner knowing, hold that love of yourself individually, but also your part in the group and what we're creating going forwards. And this will be a wonderful week. So that's it for this week, and I'll see you next week.